Hey, so character development is very important when you're writing a story. And I'm going to explain what character development is. A character development, developing your character can make or break a story. Making sure your reader or your audience understand the personality of the character. If you want your reader to understand a compassionate person, then you may put him in a situation where he feeds a stray dog, or he helps a homeless man, buy a homeless man some food. And when your reader sees that, they're going to relate compassion with that particular person. Now, if you want your reader to see a guy that is hateful and that is angry, he might beat up the homeless guy for asking him for change, or he might break a dog's neck because he feel like it's dying anyway of hunger, instead of helping that dog or instead of helping that homeless man. And so your readers will identify with that character based on that character's actions, and it's not always based on what the character say, but what he does or what she does, to make the reader understand, okay, this guy's compassionate, this is a good guy right here. Put him in little situations indirectly to really describe who this person is. And that's the person that this guy needs to be, or she needs to be, throughout the story. What you don't want to do is portray one particular personality in the character and they do something totally that has nothing to do with the picture that you painted of this character in the beginning. So again, basically, but another way to create a character so you can have a better understanding as a writer, and I used to do this, I haven't did this in a while, but it works. The characters in your story, it's okay to, to have your own personal notes. Hey, create an age, hey, Tabitha is 23 years old. She's a law student. She was raised in a middle class family, and she's a bit sarcastic. So that way, as you're writing the character, you know these things based off of what you wrote down, how you want this character to be perceived, and it'll make it easier to bring that character across in your story, dealing with that particular personality, because you already have in your mind that she's from a middle class family, she's sarcastic, and she's a law student or whatever, and it makes for better reading and better writing. But it's a very important trait in writing a story, is writing memorable characters and great character development. I think a lot of writers missed the importance of character development and creating a memorable character based on how he or she's raised, or based on whatever element. The book that I'm writing now, I have a guy that he's angry, but he's just not an angry guy walking around. His anger stems from somewhere, and I show you that in the story, that okay, this guy, this guy's just not an asshole. He's angry. He's angry at life, but life has not been well to him. So that way my audience empathize with this guy's anger, and they empathize with why he does some of the things that he do, instead of my reader just hating this guy because he's doing dumb things, but understanding, this guy is really angry, he's really hurt. Another quick example of character development, if you ever watched the movie An Officer and a Gentleman, I think it's Richard Gere, I think his name was Jack Mayo or Mayo, but the lieutenant called him mayonnaise, or and things like that. So, but you can see in that movie from the very beginning that Richard Gere's character had been abandoned. He was with a father. He left his father. His father didn't really care about him, and everybody that was supposed to love him was not there for him. They showed us from the very beginning. And then the one time he did befriend some little boys when he was a teenager, they beat him up and they robbed him. So he didn't really believe in people. And he was always losing people, and so he became kind of a loner. If you really watch that movie, there's times that he just kind of is off to the side. He's not a part of the group or whatever, because his character basically had shown that he just kind of didn't deal with people because he couldn't trust nobody, and that his mother had abandoned him, and his father only dealt with him because he had to. And so by the time he did make a friend, he was really angry when that friend left the academy. He was really upset, but they built the character up to make you understand why this guy went so hard for his friend and why he did not want to date or marry this woman, because he just felt like it was trouble every time he loved somebody. Every time he trusted somebody, he just felt like they was always going to leave him. But the character was built up like that. It just didn't happen where he was like that. It showed you how he became why he was the way that he was. So watch that movie and watch the character development of the Richard Gere character. It's called An Officer and a Gentleman, and that will give you a good example of how you build your character and really get the readers to understand why your character is reacting or saying the things they're saying throughout the story. Without that, the readers won't be able to connect and vibe with your story, because they have no direction with the character. They have nothing to empathize with your main character. Anyway, I'm D Revolution. I'm the writer of 4 screenplays. I am the writer of 3 books. I am I've recorded 3 poetry CDs, and in 2007, I was Spoken Word Artist of the Year out of 11 States and Southern Entertainment Awards. Like and subscribe to my page. If I am helping you develop your writing technique or helping you with information that you didn't know, please like and subscribe to my page. I have to build up my subscribers. I would really appreciate if you press the notification button. I'm going to be bringing you some great information. By the time you finish my videos, you're going to understand how to write a great story, a great book. And I'm going to talk more about, in future videos, screenplays. I'm going to talk more about poetry. I'm going to talk more about different elements of writing and the emotional part of writing, and even the writer's block, and even what do they call that, the imposter syndrome. I'm gonna talk about all of these things. Just subscribe to my video, my page, subscribe to my page, and like my page, and you're gonna get more of that down the line. All right, you guys have a good one.